Hello everyone. Today we'll be discussing the next topic for statics, which is equilibrium of a rigid body. So this is accumulation of our previous topics, which includes equilibrium of a particle, force resultant systems. So lahat ng discuss natin probably before is possibly magagamit dito. So, ano nga ba, again, si equilibrium? Yung state of our body should be all forces, all summation of forces should be equal to zero, and yung summation of moments should be equal to zero. So, what we'll first tackle is the conditions of a for a rigid body equilibrium. So, ano ba si rigid body equilibrium? As we said, kailangan yung body natin is naka-equilibrium. So, kapag binasa nyo to, this just states na kapag ka nagbibigay tayo ng force or even any external or internal force na nilalagay natin sa body, of course, we know the body could deform. Diba? The body could deform if subjected to loads. Pero, dahil nga rigid body ang consideration natin dito. We are using the condition na hindi gagalaw yung body natin and hindi siya masisira. Okay? So dahil nga rigid body equilibrium muna tayo or equilibrium of a rigid body. Regardless kung gaano kalaki yung load na ilalagay natin or yung internal load na meron yung body, we will just know kung ano yung conditions, kung ano yung reactions and kung ano yung possible uh, reaction ng body natin. So, as we said last time, we know na yung body, kapag naka-equilibrium, we know na meron tayong equal and opposite reaction. 'Di ba? Doon papasok yung dapat lahat ng internal and external forces na mararamdaman ng body is magiging equal to each other or magiging equilibrium na siya. So, ito yung conditions na meron, ito yung sa particle, forces to, summation forces, lahat dapat equal to zero. Pag moment, zero din. So, parehas naman tong B and C moment. So, if we are to use it in an equation, so mangyayari dyan is lahat ng resultant forces natin or resultant force natin should be equal to zero. Or lahat ng summation sa forces natin is equal to zero. And ganun din naman, yung resultant moment natin is equal to zero or yung summation ng lahat ng ating moment is equal to zero. Again, dahil nga we know that yung resultant is yung product or yung pinagsama-sama na lahat ng forces or moment. And dahil nga dapat walang movement, dapat zero sila. Or kapag gagamit tayo ng cross product, magkakaroon ka ng cross product, di ba? So, summation moment, any point naman, any point should be equal to zero. So, imagine, basically, for now, we could imagine yung FBD muna. So, imagine you have an aircraft. So, may aircraft tayo and it has a certain weight. And yung certain weight, mag-a-act sa geometric center or the centroid of the body. Okay, so yung weight na yun, sinong mag-a-act or sinong magka-counteract dun sa weight na yun? Sinong magbubuhat sa kanya? Of course, the landing gear, which lies on the uh, let's just say land, okay, or the ground. Ngayon, yung landing gear na yan, of course, dyan lang sila nakakonect or dyan nag-a-apply yung weight natin. Okay, yung weight natin. Pero yung nagbibigay ng reaction or yung nagbibigay ng equal and opposite reaction is the ground. Ibig sabihin, si ground yung na-exert ng equal and opposite reaction dun sa airplane natin. Ngayon, yung weight natin, we can see here, meron tayong 2t and r. So, variables lang naman again yan. 2t dahil nga kapag yung landing gear natin sa likod or main landing gear natin, dalawa. Okay? Isa sa left and isa sa right. Kaya 2t lang yung ginamit. Then, isa sa harap kasi nga tricycle siya, di ba? So, R yung isa sa harap. Isang R lang. And again, this basically says na yung weight natin is meron siyang 3 points sa ground na may contact sa ground. Yung tatlong point na yun, dun tayo nagkakaroon ng reaction. Okay? Reaction forces with regards to the weight of the aircraft. Doon kasi maglalaro guys yung equilibrium of rigid bodies. Okay? Sa reaction and forces and reaction natin and reaction na i-act natin body depending of course dun sa external force. Okay? So, yung mga nararamdaman natin kanina dun sa gulong, we could say that is the support reactions. So, ano nga ba si support reaction? Ano bang ginagawa ni support reaction? So, we have two here. A support prevents the translation of a body in a given direction by exerting a force on the body in a opposite direction. Or a support prevents a rotation of a body in a given direction by exerting a couple moment on the body in the opposite direction. Tagalogin lang natin to. Ibig sabihin, ang support natin, nagbibigay siya ng reaction forces. Okay? Again, ang support natin, nagbibigay siya ng reaction forces na opposite dun sa binibigay ng body natin. Para hindi siya gumalaw, okay? Hindi siya mag-move, ba? Pine-prevent nga niya yung translation eh. So, a translation is movement. Or, pe-prevent siya ng rotation para hindi umikot yung body, hindi mag-twist yung body. Okay? To that certain part, nung kung saan may support. So, yun yung ginagawa ni support reaction. So, let me give you an example dun sa iba't ibang mga supports na possibly magagamit natin or ma-encounter natin pagdating sa 2D body. Again, 2D body. So, ito yung iba-ibang supports for rigid bodies subjected to two-dimensional force system. Again, 2D lang muna to. Meron tayong 10 dito. Ito muna yung 5 yung ibibigay natin kasi hindi kasi sa isang slide. So, of course, we have here yung una is cable. Diba? Yung cable, ang tanging reaction niya is yung tension lang na mararamdaman. Mapapansin nyo dyan, kung ano, pinapakita dito yung type of connection, kung saan mapupunta yung reaction, and kung ilan yung reaction. Okay, again, we have cable. Si cable, meron lang tayo isa, and that is the tension. Ayan na. The reaction is a tension which acts away from a member. Kasi kapag tension tayo, we know na kapag tension tayo, ibig sabihin, yung force na ina-act ng body is away from the body. Papunta, ay palayo dun sa body. Okay? So, kaya siya tension, force. Yun yung ginagawa ni cable. Pangalawa, we have here yung weightless link. Ang weightless link naman, of course, it acts along the axis of the link. Ito ho. Okay? Ang pinagkaiba, almost same sila ng cable. Ang pinagkaiba nga lang ng link, pwede siyang maging compression or tension. Not unlike si cable. Diba? Pag ang tali, pinompress natin, wala na siyang kayang i-withstand na force. Diba? Unlike pag weightless link, pwede niyang i-withstand yung compression na ito-translate niya to the other part. So, yun yung si weightless link. And mapapansin po natin, guys, along the body, dito sa weightless link and sa cable, kung saan yung axis ng body, doon mag-a-act yung force or yung reaction force natin. Okay? Then, punta tayo kay roller. Si roller, isang unknown lang din siya, pero lagi po siyang perpendicular to the surface. Okay, so ito yung surface natin. Pag ganito siya. So, let me draw it para mas malinaw. So, ito siya. So, dapat perpendicular siya sa surface. So, yung surface natin ay ito. Wait, sorry. Yan. Okay. So, again, dapat yung body natin or yung ating, kapag sa roller, kung ito yung surface, kailangan lagi siyang perpendicular sa surface. Okay? And, usually, si rollers is, again, not usually, laging isa lang yung kanyang reaction. Okay, reaction force niya. So, mapapansin nyo dyan, ano bang ginagawa ni roller? If you think about it, ang ginagawa ni roller is you're just withstanding kung saan may surface. Diba? Kung saan may surface. Pero pwede siyang mag-translate from left to right. Diba? From left to right. Roller nga eh. Pwede siyang mag-roll. Okay, pwede siya mag-roll. Ibig sabihin, saan lang siya nag-withstand or nagpe-prevent ng movement? Dito lang sa against the perpendicular against to the surface. Okay, so yun yung purpose, again, ng lahat ng supports natin. Kung saan tayo nagkakaroon ng prevention ng movement or translation or moment or rotation, dun lang tayo nagkakaroon ng reaction force. Okay, reaction force. So next is rocker. So si rocker same lang din naman kay roller. Same what they call this, same idea siya. Sadyang si roller is pwede siya mag-roll from side to side. Si rocker, nagsiswing lang siya from side to side. Point of contact is still perpendicular sa point of contact. Doon lang tayo mayroon reaction. Okay? Then smooth contact, same din. Okay, same din yan. So roller, rocker, and smooth contact surface, pare-parehas silang perpendicular to the surface of the point of contact. Doon lang tayo merong reactions, forces, or unknown. So next natin is the, etong, again, 10 nga sila. Ito iba-iba pang pwedeng makita or mararamdaman natin with may encounter natin with regards to reaction. So kanina, roller lang. Ngayon, roller or pin in a confined smooth slough. Diba? Ngayon, meron daw siyang groove na pwedeng pag-ikutan. Pero same idea, perpendicular lang. Okay? So, let me try to draw a line. So, perpendicular lang siya either this surface or etong surface. Ngayon, possible kasi na dito or dito yung mararamdaman ng body kasi may groove lang siya eh, 'di ba? Naka-confine mo siya in the groove, dun mo naka-confine yung movement, pero pwede rin siya mag-move along the groove. So again, depende dun sa reaction ng body or depende sa force na in-apply natin kung saan mag-a-act yung reaction natin or yung unknown natin. Next is yung member pin connected to a collar on smooth rod. Ganun ulit siya, almost same ng roller or pin in a confined smooth slough. Kumbaga, may sleeve siya na pwedeng mag-move dito. Okay? So, nagmo-move siya along dyan, dun sa line na ginawa natin. Pero yung nagpe-prevent yung kanyang movement is along dito and almost dito. Yan. So, ganun pa rin naman. Same idea dun sa number 6 roller natin na roller or pin in confined smooth slot. Punta tayo sa isa sa pinakang gamit. Okay? Isa sa pinakang gamit na reaction dito sa smooth pin or hinge. Smooth pin or hinge is meron kang one point. Okay? Itong point na to. May pin ka dyan, di ba? You are preventing the body to move along the vertical. Pwede natin sabihin along all the axis, pero usually ginagamit dyan is X and Y. Okay, X and Y na. Kasi, dun mo pine-prevent yung pag-move ng body. Okay? Pero pwede siyang mag-rotate. Wala ka lang translation. Pero pwede kang mag-rotate, iikot kumbaga yung body mo, iikot etong line na to is pwede siyang pumunta dito, pwede siyang umangat, at pwede siyang pumunta dito. So pwede siyang mag-rotate. Baga nagkakaroon ka ng swiveling motion, pero yung movement itself ng point is hindi pwede. Okay? Again, kaya siya naging two unknowns kasi vertical and horizontal components. X and Y. X and Y siya. Next is yung member fixed on a connected to collar o smooth rod. Okay? So, ang pinagkaiba niya kanina, Itong pin ng number 7, pwede siyang mag-translate dito sa linya. Ngayon, yung dito sa member fixed connected to a collar on a smooth rod, pwede pa rin siya mag-move. Pero mapapansin nyo guys, is may sleeve na siya. Bagay yung sleeve is nakapasok dun sa rod. Kaya nape-prevent din niya yung pag-ikot or pag-rotate dito sa point na to. Yan, sa point na to. Hindi siya pwedeng mag-rotate. Okay, hindi siya pwedeng mag-rotate. So, kaya makita natin, kapag member fixed connected to a collar on a smooth rod, ang reaction niya, or yung unknown na pwede natin mahanap with regards to that, is the moment na nararamdaman in this point, and yung force na perpendicular nga dun sa movement natin ng rod. Okay, dito sa smooth rod na to, yung sa collar. Okay, then next and lastly is our fixed support. So you can imagine this parang meron kang kinabit na uh, beam sa pader. Okay, fixed support. Yung fixed supports, hindi mo pwedeng ma-move yung body along the x-axis, along the y-axis, and hindi mo rin siya matitwist. Hindi siya magro-rotate. Kaya ang fixed support is isa sa mga supports na tatlo yung unknowns natin. We have yung x and y forces and yung moment. Okay? So, ayan yung 10 na possible or ilan sa mga supports na pwede nyo ma-encounter with regards to mechanics. So, try natin sa 2D examples. Okay? So, meron tayong um, foot lever siya, shown in the figure. So, ito yon. So, the operator applies a vertical force to the pedal so that the spring is stretched 1.5 inches. And the force on the link at B is 20 pounds. So, ang gagawin ko lang muna dito is papakita natin kung paano ba ginagawa yung mga FBD. Okay? So, meron tayong ito, medyo malabo. So, let us use this figure. Okay? So, nag-apply daw tayo ng force dito sa F. Okay? Then, meron tayong B. Link daw. Ito yung link eh. Sa link daw, meron siyang 20 pounds. And meron tayong stretch ng spring natin, yung dito sa spring na to, meron tayong stretch na 1.5 inches. And with that, binigay din naman yung ating spring, yung constant, ba? Stiffness natin. Ngayon, ano yung usually hinahanap natin dyan? Possibly hinahanap natin dyan is the force applied and the forces na mararamdaman nung pin at A. Okay? In this particular example, hindi natin siya hanapin or pwede nyo hanapin your own after natin i-drawing yung FBD. So, let us draw yung FBD. So, yung FBD natin at point B, meron tayong 20 pounds. Binigay siya, di ba? Given dito. Si 30 pounds, paano nakuha? Meron kang 20 pound per inch and binigay naman si stretch. Ibig sabihin, makukuha mo yung force na naka-apply dun sa spring. So, 20 pound per inch times 1.5. Makukuha si 30 pounds. And parehas naman siyang papunta doon. Okay, kasi again, yung force is palayo kasi nagkaroon ka nga ng stretch and dito is nagtatranslate ka nga ng force. Then, yung mga unknowns natin is of course yung F na in-apply natin and yung unknown dun sa pin A natin, which is yung AX and AY. Dahil pin yan eh. Diba? Pin yan. So, AX and AY siya. Or, vertical and horizontal component sa point A. Ngayon, paano natin kukunin yung F, X, and AY? So, technically, you have 3. Again, ilan yung unknowns natin dyan? 3. Yung 3 unknowns natin, kailangan ng 3 equations. So, paano kukunin yon? Ang gagamitin nyo lang is summation moment na equal to 0, summation forces x is equal to 0, and summation forces y is equal to 0. Makukuha nyo na yung 3 na unknown. Okay? Again, hindi ko muna papakita kung paano gawin to. in your own, you can try to use it. I-pause nyo muna yung video if you want to. So next example we have here is we have a two smooth pipes, each having a mass of 300 kilograms, supported by a four tines of the tractor in the figure. Magdodrawing lang tayo ng diagram ng pipe natin and for each pipe and yung magkasama na. Again, FBD lang muna tayo. So, ito yung itsura niya sa figure, pero let's just simplify it for now. Gawin natin siyang 2D. Ganito itsura niya. Okay? So, yung ating external force na mag-a-act sa kanya is of course, yung force na mag-a-act sa kanya is of course yung 300 kilograms. Okay? So, dito, muna tayo sa pipe A. So, meron tayong 300 kilograms or kinonvert na siya into newtons na 2,943 newtons. So, saan ba tayo mayroong reactions? Meron tayong 3 points of reactions. Kasi may 3 points of contact eh. Meron ka dito, and meron ka dito sa another pipe. Sa pipe A natin, may reaction lang tayo dito sa point na to, which is yung T natin, and yung F natin, which is yung sa baba naman. So, dito at dito. Ngayon, yung R na to is the effect from the point, pipe B. Okay, kasi may force din si pipe B pababa. So, ito yung FBD for the pipe A. So, sa pipe B naman, FBD niyan is almost the same. Meron kang force na pababa, which is the weight, and yung R na reaction natin galing dito sa point A, kasi yun yung contact ng A and B, and yung P natin na point of contact naman dito sa bandang to. Yung point of contact natin sa baba. Ngayon, pagsasamahin lang natin sila. And we know na yung R na to, yung effect of B acting on A is equal to the R dito. So, pwede na siyang actually tanggalin. Kasi nag-counteract na sila sa isa't isa. Okay? So, if we draw yung free body diagram from both pipes, forces downward the weight, and yung F, T, and P. And again, paano kukunin to? You have three unknowns. Meron tayong three equations na pwedeng gamitin. Summation moment, summation forces X, summation forces Y. Okay? So, ayan. Ganun naman, again, ganun maglaro, karamihan ng equations natin for equilibrium of rigid body. So, next, we need to determine, ito ay, try na natin mag-solve, okay? So, we need to determine the horizontal and vertical components of reaction ng beam caused by pin at B and rocker at A. Okay? So, dinescribe din naman na sa point B daw, okay, sa point B, dito daw sa point B, meron tayong pin, and sa point A, rocker. Okay? Medyo malabo kasi yung figure din. And may forces siyang nararamdaman. Meron siyang 200 pababa, meron siyang 100 pababa, and 600 ang naka-angle. For now, let's just neglect daw yung weight ng beam. Ibig sabihin, di natin kailangan isama sa forces acting at the body yung weight ng beam. So we have here, if we draw yung FBD natin, magiging ganito siya. Okay? Let us dissect na yung naka-angle na force into two components, which is X and Y. Then ilagay na rin natin kung ano yung nararamdaman ng reaction natin or yung reaction forces natin. So again, in point A, pag rocker tayo, ang movement lang na mawawala dito is hindi tayo pwede mag-move vertically. Pero pwede mag-sway yung body. Pag point A lang ha, point A muna to. So in this particular case, meron lang tayong AY. Ibig sabihin, hindi lang siya lulubog. Ba? Yung equal reaction, dahil nga rigid body tayo, equal reaction lang na mararamdaman sa point A, yun yung AY. Sa point B naman, dahil pin siya, meron siyang movement, or pinaprevent niya yung movement in the X and Y axis. Okay, so meron siyang by and bx. Ngayon, meron na tayo ng FBD natin. We can we can use na yung sinabi ko kanina na summation moment, summation forces para makuha yung unknowns. In which case, yung unknowns natin is yung reaction forces na nararamdaman at pin sa B and rocker sa A. So, unahin na natin summation forces X. Bakit natin uunahin summation forces X? If you can see the body, meron lang tayong dalawang forces na nag-act along X. That is the 600 cosine 45 newtons and the Bx. So, yung summation dapat nilang dalawa should be equal to 0. So, meron kang papunta sa left. Again, dito pa rin tayo sa conditions na kapag forces X going right is positive. So, 600 cosine 45 newtons is positive and minus si Bx. So, in this particular case, Bx natin is equal to 424.2640,687 newtons. Yun yung body or yun yung force sa B na nag-act dun sa point B along the x-axis. That is the pin B, sorry. Ngayon, next nating pwedeng gawin is summation moment. Again, ano bang purpose ng moment usually? We are knowing kung magkakaroon ng rotational movement yung body. In this particular case, depende sa forces na meron, nag-moment tayo sa point B. So, bakit tayo kay point B nag-moment? Para matanggal si BY. Okay? Para matanggal si BY. And hindi lang si BY ang matatanggal. Technically, ang matatanggal is BY, BX, and 200. Kasi wala siyang perpendicular distance sa point B. Ngayon, pwede na tayong mag-summation ng moment na dapat equal to 0. So, isa-isahin natin. We have here yung 100 newtons times 2 meters. So, 100 newtons times 2 meters. And negative siya dahil counterclockwise. Again, clockwise positive po tayo. Next is yung vertical component ng 600 natin, which is 600 sine 45, and multiplied by the distance na 5 meters, and same, dahil po counterclockwise yung magiging ikot niya from point B, negative din. The next is yung 600 cosine 45 or yung x component ng 600, and binigyan tayo ng distance na 0.2 from point B to the 600 cosine 45. So, kaya siya positive. Then lastly, we have yung AY natin. So, si AY, ang ikot niya from point B is papunta or pa-clockwise. So, kaya positive. And overall distance na 7 meters. So, masisimplify ito, may makukuha tayong AY. So, si AY natin would be equal to 319.4953614 newtons. So, ibig sabihin, si AY na to is mararamdaman siya dito sa rocker. Yun yung point of, yun yung force na ina-act ng ground papunta dun sa rocker para hindi siya, yun yung exact value para hindi siya mag-move. Next is summation forces Y. Dahil meron na tayong AY, ang tanging wala na lang tayo is si BY. So going upwards, positive, summation forces Y, lagay lang natin lahat ng forces natin na nag-act along Y or vertical forces. So meron tayong 319 na galing sa AY and that is positive. Pababang 600 sine 45, pababang 100, and pababang 200. Then of course, the BY. And makukuha nating sagot is of course, kailangan yung summation niya is equal to 0. So may makukuha tayong sagot na BY which is 404.7687.073 newtons. Okay? So, yung tatlong unknown natin ay ito. This is the answers. AY, BY, BX. So, yun yung tatlong answers na hinahanap natin. So next sample we have here, the member shown in the figure is pin connected at A and rests against a smooth support at B. Determine the vertical and horizontal component of reactions at pin A and smooth support at B. Okay. So, ang hahanapin daw natin is yung reactions natin at point A. So, dahil pin yan, of course, we have X and Y components. Sa point B naman, we have a smooth support and ito yung surface niya nasa taas. So, dapat perpendicular dyan yung ating support. So, kapag ka dinrawing natin dyan, or yung, sorry, reaction pala yung perpendicular. Pag dinrawing natin yung FBD niyan, magkakaroon tayo ng something like this. So, we have AX, AY, and nilagay na lang NB, or normal sa B. So, yun yung reaction forces na mag-a-act dun sa body. So, same process katulad kanina, hahanapin natin yung pwedeng step by step para makuha yung ating unknowns. So, unang pwede natin gawin dyan is, what do you think? Summation forces at A. Summation moment at A. Para mawala si AX and AY. Which is, unknown sila pa sa ngayon, di ba? Unknown pa sila. So, kapag nag-moment ka sa point A, mawawala si AX and si AY. Pwede natin makuha ngayon si NB. Dahil meron kang perpendicular distance. So, ngayon pala, let me just introduce briefly kung ano yung distributed loads. So, makikita nyo guys, you have here a distributed load. Distributed load ang tawag dyan. And we usually use distributed loads sa weight. Sa weight. Ibig sabihin yung buong body, di ba? May weight yan nararamdaman. Pero, to simplify our computations, ang mga distributed load ay nilalagay po natin to the concentration point. Or igagawin natin siya concentration load. Concentrated load actually. Para mag-simplify yung ating computation. So, usually dyan, makikita nyo is dahil ito ay triangular shape. May tinatawag tayong area method. Okay? Yung area method is gagamitin mo yung area na meron para gawing concentrated yung load. So, let me give you an example. Dahil triangular yan, ang triangle, ang formula? We have 1/2 BH. So, ang base niya is 1.5. Ang height niya is, base niya is 1.5 meters. Ang height niya is 80 Newton per meter. So, mapapansin nyo naman kapag ka nag 1/2 BH ka, and dahil triangular yan, ang matitira is Newton. So, 80 times 1.5, that is 60. 120. Divided by 2, that is 60. Okay? Si 60 ngayon, kailangan natin malaman kung saan mag-a-act. Dahil triangular yan, depende kung saan ka manggagaling. If you are using the distance from the thin point, okay? Ito yung thin point ng triangle. Kailangan 2/3. Pero pag galing ka sa thick part ng triangle, dapat 1/3. Kasi dun mag-a-act yung centroid ng triangle. If ever naman rectangular or distributed load yung gamit natin, which is usually known as uniformly distributed yung rectangle, base times height lang yon, and then sa mismong gitna lang ng body yung ating concentrated load. Okay, so ganun gumamit ng distributed loads, guys. So ngayon, sinimplify na siya dito sa baba. We have here 60 newtons. Then, meron daw moment na. Again, moment na to. Pag may nakita kang ganito, Newton meter, and I think you know naman na that is moment na. So, may moment na rin tayong external moment na binigay. So, again, we will do a moment, summation of moment sa point A. So, ang matitira is of course yung ating NB, yung 60 newtons, ND, 90 newtons. Newton meter, sorry. Again, dahil moment na yan. Kailan kasama na yan sa summation mo kasi moment na siya. So, we have here the 90 Newton meter. And again, dahil clockwise to, that is positive. 60 newtons natin with a distance of 1 meter, Positive din kasi clockwise din siya from point A. Ang tayong negative is si NB na may perpendicular distance na 0.75. May perpendicular distance naman na yung 0.75. So you don't need to extract the x and y components. Ngayon, may makuha tayong NB. Di ba? So si NB natin is si 200. Ngayon, dahil may NB ka na, we can simply actually use summation forces x and y. So summation x na lang muna tayo kasi mas onti yung forces sa x. So summation forces x, whereas we have here yung ax natin na going to the right, kaya positive, and minus yung NB natin, and of course, that has a x component. So that x component is sine 30. So magkakaroon tayo ng ax na 100 newtons. Then lastly, we have yung summation forces y. So sa summation forces y natin, ang meron lang tayo is ay, to ay, then yung vertical component NB, and yung 60 newtons. Mapapansin nyo, sa summation forces x and y, hindi na po natin sinama si 90 newton meter. Bakit? Dahil that is already a moment. Hindi, ibig sabihin, nararamdaman siya ng buong body na. Regardless of what distance it has. Kasi moment na siya. Ibig sabihin, hindi na natin kailangan isama yung moment na given. Forces na lang po. Okay? So, kaya nawala na tayo sa forces x and y, wala na yung 90 newton meter. So, if we simplify yung sa summation forces y, magkakaroon tayo ng ay na 233.2050808 newtons. Okay? So, in this particular case, we have yung final answers natin. Ay, ax, and nb. So, again, this is just 2D. Okay? 2D pa lang to. So, possibly, you will encounter, and yung next part of the topic is yung 3D natin. So, dito na papasok, again, yung possible supports na mararamdaman natin in a 3-dimensional force system. Almost same lang naman sila lahat, pare-parehas, pero papapakita natin na meron na siyang, depende dun sa support, na meron na siyang 3 unknowns. Okay? So, ngayon, isa-isahin natin. Sa cable, parehas pa rin naman, na kung saan yung direction ng cable, dun tayo may force na magre-react. Sa smooth surface support, sa point of contact lang din, perpendicular dun lang may reaction. Ganun pa rin naman sa roller. Ngayon, meron na tayong bago na ball and socket. So, sa ball and socket, you can rotate, di ba? Imagine niyo ball and socket siya. Pwede mong ikutin eh, di ba? Mag-iikot yung pinakang buong pin. Parang, alam mo yung ballpen sa mga bangko? Napapaikot nyo siya, di ba? Naro-rotate nyo siya. At a certain point, di ba? Dun sa mismong socket. Pero, ang pine-prevent natin dito is yung movement nung point nung socket. Kaya ngayon, we have 3 unknowns. Forces Y, forces X, and forces Z. Yun yung 3 unknowns. Pero pwede mo siyang i-rotate or paikutin or swivel itself sa point ng socket. Okay? Again, ano ba ginagawa ng support is prevent mo yung translation or possibly rotation. Next, we have a single journal bearing. So, sa single journal bearing, medyo maliit kasi yung figure, pero tignan nyo na lang on your own sa libro kapag zoom in nyo. Ang movement naman natin ang nape-prevent nating movement is Z pala, Z and X. Kasi yung Y dito is yung along the axis of the rod, di ba? So, imagine nyo, so, pwede siya mag-move doon and pwede siyang umikot doon. Ibig sabihin, magro-rotate siya sa axis ng rod. So, kaya makikita nyo, yung moment sa Y and yung force sa Y is wala dito kasi hindi naman siya piniprevent ng single journal bearing. So, ang piniprevent lang niya is movement sa X and Z and moment sa Z and X. Ibig sabihin, hindi mo pwedeng i-rotate yung rod sa Z axis and sa X axis. So, yun yung natin prevent niya. So, ibig sabihin, sa single journal bearing, and again, depende to sa pwesto ng single journal bearing, meron kang 4 anodes. Next is single journal bearing with a square shaft. Ang tanging pinagkaiba nito is dahil square shaft siya, nape-prevent mo na yung pag-ikot sa axis mo. O in this particular case, yung y-axis mo. Moment na siya. Pero pwede mong i-move yung square shaft. Pero hindi mo na siya marorotate yung square shaft itself. Okay, so yun yung difference. Kaya dito, we have 5 anodes. Nalagdagan yung kanina. Ngayon, we have next here is single truss bearing. So sa single truss bearing naman, is ang nadagdag dito is hindi mo siya mamove yung rod mo, ay, hindi mo siya mamove sa y-axis. Kaya yung meron kang FY na nanagdag. Pero pwede mo siyang iikot along the about the y-axis. Pero yung movement along the y-axis na wala na siya. So this is the single truss bearing. And again, depende dun sa pwesto. Makikita nyo naman, di ba, kung saan yung X, Y, and Z axis dito sa mga figures natin. Next is a single smooth pin. So sa single smooth pin, medyo nadagdagan siya, hindi siya katulad lang nung kanina na X and Y lang. Kasi yung meron ka ng moments na pine-prevent din nung pin natin kasi 3D na siya. So meron ka ng prevention ng moment or ng rotation sa Y and Z. Then meron ka ng prevention sa translation sa X, Y, and Z. Kasi hindi naman pwedeng mag-move yung point ng pin mo. Okay, kaya yung X, Y, and Z mo is na-prevent mo na yung movement doon. Kaya again, para malaman mo kung ano yung reaction forces or moments is dapat alam mo kung saan ka nag-prevent ng movement or rotation. Next is single hinge. So sa single hinge, you are preventing again X, Y, and Z forces kasi naka-hinge ka, hindi nagbo-move yung hinge mo, pero nagro-rotate lang. At what axis? Nagro-rotate lang siya sa y-axis. So, dun lang wala kang unknown. So, sa moment Z, moment X, meron kang reaction. Then, sa lastly, we have fixed support. Wala kang movement, wala kang moment. Wala kang movement or translation, and wala kang rotation. Kaya, X, Y, and Z, mapa-forces and moments, lahat to ay hindi nagmo-move. So, lahat to ay reaction forces or moments. So, yun yung differences ng 2D and 3D natin. So, let us try to answer a problem. Before we try to answer a problem, daanan lang natin saglit kung ano yung possible na ma-encounter natin in equilibrium of rigid body. We have here also known as redundant constraints. Ibig sabihin, sobra na yung unknowns natin. Okay? So when a body has a redundant support that is more supports than necessary to hold it in equilibrium, it becomes statically indeterminate. So statically indeterminate means that there will be more unknown loadings on the body than equations of equilibrium available for their solution. So papakita ko sa inyo ang sample. So we have here a fixed support sa A, then rollers sa B and C. So totally we have 3 sa fixed support AY, AX, and MA. And meron po tayong BY and CY. So, ilan ang unknowns natin? Technically, we have 5 unknowns. Okay? Kaya lang, pag gumamit tayo ng moment, okay, pag gumamit tayo ng summation moments natin and equilibrium forces natin, which is X and Y, tatlo lang yung pwede natin gamitin unknowns. Ibig sabihin, may sobra tayong dalawa. Diba? May sobra tayong dalawa na unknown, which is BY and CY, most probably. Mapapansin nyo, tinawag siyang redundant constraint kasi kahit wala si rollers, BNC, hindi ka naman mag-move eh. Hindi na rigid na yung body mo. So, ibig sabihin, sobra na si BNC. That is known as a statically indeterminate body. Okay? Another thing we have is, before that, another sample ng redundant constraint. Diba? Ngayon, mapapansin nyo, we have a fixed support na 3D sa B. And meron tayong single journal bearing sa A. Okay? Ngayon, kahit na tanggalin mo tong si A, single journal bearing, sapat na yun eh. Pwede na si fixed support. Without si A, that is enough to be a rigid body. Ngayon, let's just try to count kung ilan yung unknowns. We have 1, 2 sa A, and 6 dito sa point B. Kasi Bx, Bz, and By, and Mz, Mx, and My. So, 6 sa fixed support, dalawa dito. So, 8. And again, ilan ang sobra? Dalawa. Kasi, pagdating sa 3D, ang pwede natin gamitin na summation ng equilibrium is summation forces X, summation forces Y, summation forces Z, and summation moment X, summation moment Y, summation moment Z. So, 6 lang yung pwede natin gamitin na equations. So, sobra ka ng dalawang unknowns para makuha yung sagot. So, this is also known as a statically indeterminate body. So, next, we have here is also known as improper constraints. Usually, improper constraints means na tama yung numbers of unknown mo, pero hindi naman rigid yung body mo. So, paano hindi naging rigid? So, in this particular example, we have a pin here sa A, and yung roller mo nasa gilid. Kaya lang, pag nag-apply ka ng force P dito, magkakaroon ka ng possible movement pagtaas at pagbaba sa point B. Diba? Dito at dito. Ibig sabihin, pwede siyang mag-move dyan. Dahil yung reaction ng B is papunta dito. Diba? Dahil perpendicular sa surface. So, ibig sabihin, pwede mag-swivel yung body mo at point A, which is hindi rigid yung body natin. Ibig sabihin, hindi tama na nandyan sa gilid yung roller. Dapat nasa ibaba siya. Nandito siya, banda. Okay? Para maging yung reaction niya is pataas. So, improper constraint yan. Next is we have sample. Another sample to is ganito. Dalawang ball and socket. So, pag dalawang ball and socket, you can imagine, pwedeng lumundo. Dahil sa sa force P natin, pwedeng lumundo yung A and B. So, again, hindi na siya, or nagkaroon na siya ng movement. Which is, hindi nga dapat tayo nagkakaroon ng movement sa rigid body. So, yun naman yung dalawang daanan lang natin. So, meron tayong redundant constraints, which is also known as indeterminate body, or statically indeterminate body, and improper constraint, which is also known as unstable body. So, ma-discuss natin yan further, or further sa structures nyo. So, dito na tayo papasok sa sample natin. So we have here determine a component of reaction that the ball and socket at joint A. Ito, may ball and socket tayo at joint A. Ayan. And a smooth journal bearing at point B. So yun lang yung supports daw. Meron pa daw palang roller support at C. So roller supports. So meron tayong force na 900 newtons. Ngayon, ang hanapin natin of course is yung reactions. So, simplify natin yung body. Alamin natin kung saan may reactions. So, we have here sa ball and socket natin, meron tayong 3 unknowns. AX, AY, and AZ. Sa smooth journal bearing natin at point B, meron tayong BX and BZ. And sa roller support natin, we have FZ. Or CY. CZ. Pwedeng CZ yan. Depende again. Variables lang naman yun. Yun yung unknowns natin, yun yung kailangan natin alamin. So, anong pwede natin gawin? Summation forces Y. Pag nag-summation forces Y ka, anong meron? Wala. Okay? Wala naman tayo external force along Y. Ang tanging force lang na meron tayo sa Y is the AY. And wala siyang kailangang kontrahin. Dahil wala siyang kailangang kontrahin, alam natin si AY ay 0. Yung magnitude. Okay? Next is summation moment at Y. Summation moment at Y na tayo. So makikita nyo anong pwedeng meron dyan. Meron tayo nung 900 and may distance siya na 0.4. This is yung moment along the y-axis to ha. And FC na may distance na 0.6. So we can simply get na yung FC natin. So magkakaroon tayo ng FC na 600. So next natin pwedeng gawin is summation moment at X. Lahat ng summation moment natin, remember na clockwise positive po yan. Yung sa mga summation forces, di ko na nilagay ng direction kasi medyo vague. Kasi nga alanganin ang hirap naman i-drawing. Diba? So medyo vague. Pero on your solution, kung anong direction dapat ng body natin, yun yung ilagay nyo sa conditions natin. Again, summation moment at X tayo. About X na tayo. So we have here yung 900. Again, may distance siya na 0.4. Ito yung 0.4 tsaka 900. Next is busy natin. Diba busy natin na 0.8 kasi 0.4 plus 0.4. And yung 600 natin na 0.4 times 3. Doon siya nag-act, diba? Kasi perpendicular distance. Again, remember nyo kung saan kayo nagmo-moment, kapag along that particular, yung force mo is along that particular axis, wala po siyang movement. Kaya nawala na si AX and BX. Okay? Then of course, at point A, at axis X sa point A, wala na rin si AY and AZ. So, kaya yan yung mga natira. And we can simplify the solution, the equation na BZ is equal to negative 450 newtons. Ibig sabihin, guys, kapag may nakita kayong negative dyan, ibig sabihin, baliktad lang yung arrow natin. Dapat pala, pababa yung BZ natin. Yun yung reaction niya mismo. Pababa, hindi pataas. So, next we have summation moment along Z or about Z. So, meron lang tayo dyan is yung BX. Okay, ito lang. Kasi ito ay along Z, along Z, along Z, ito is nasa axis Z. So, ang meron tayo is BX lang. And kahit anong moment natin dyan, dapat lahat ng summation is equal to 0. And kahit anong distance dapat 0 is equal. So, BX natin would be equal to 0. So, next we have, ano na lang meron tayo is summation forces na lang. So, summation forces X. We have AX natin. And yung tanging X na lang natin is BX na 0 din. Kaya 0 to. So, AX natin is also 0. Ngayon is summation forces Z. So, may values tayo dyan. We have yung AZ, BZ, FZ, and 900. So, ang tanging wala lang tayo is si AZ. Okay? So, we have here yung AZ na makukuha natin 750. So, may nakuha na tayong final answers. AZ, AX, BX, BZ, FZ, and AY. Yeah. So, ayan yung pagkuha ng unknowns. So, let's move on to the last sample problem. So, yung last sample problem natin is also 3D. Pero vector analysis yung ginamit natin. So, the boom is used to support a 75-pound flower pot. So, ito yan. Ang i-determine lang natin is yung tensions sa B, A, and CA. Yun lang muna. Hindi na natin kailangan. Hindi naman na pinapanap yung O. Pero let's just draw. Okay, i-drawing natin pa rin lahat ng reactions na meron yung body natin. So, makikita nyo dyan, yung BY and AB and BC, AB and AC is naka-wire lang siya. So, tension lang naman yung mararamdaman. Or cable kasi siya. So, tension lang yung mararamdaman. Sa point O natin, ball and socket siya. So, kaya siya merong AX, AY, OX, OY, and OZ. In this particular sample, hindi na pinapahanap yung sa O. Pero pwede nyo pa rin siyang kunin after nyo get yung forces na nag-act dun sa tension or yung sa cable. So, unahin lang natin i-drawing or ilagay yung vector form, Cartesian vector form, nung each forces na meron tayo. So, meron tayong FAB. So, that is Cartesian vector na ito ay hindi, babasahin ko na lang that as I think and you should know na kung paano gumawa nito. So, we have here, if to simplify it, magkakaroon tayo ng vector vector FAB na 2 over 7 FABI. And again, variable si FAB kasi wala pa tayong magnitude ng FAB. Yun yung hinahanap. Minus 6 over 7 FABJ plus 3 over 7 FABK. Okay? Then, yun yung FAB natin, vector FAB natin. So, next is vector FAC. So, ganun ulit. Ang difference lang natin is the negative 2 over 7. Pero ito, FAC na. Magkaiba sila ng variable kasi magkaiba sila ng we don't know yung magnitude pala niya sa ngayon. Okay? So we can see na meron tayong vector FAB and vector FAC. So let's just also write yung RA natin, vector RA and yung weight natin. So si RA natin 6J lang. Vector to ha, vector yan. Then si weight natin vector din na negative 75K. Kasi itong lahat ng to is yung gagamitin natin in the next part. Dahil paano natin i-introduce yung ating moment or yung equilibrium natin. So yung equilibrium natin, i-introduce natin siya to the point ng moment. So dahil vector analysis to, we will do a cross product. So lipat ko lang yung drawing. So and magka-cross product na tayo. So, again, summation ng moment natin at O is equal to 0. So, lahat ng forces natin nag-act na pwedeng magkaroon ng moment at point O or any point, dapat mag-summation ng 0. So, yung RA natin, total, isa na lang, yung RA natin, yung RA na to is connected siya sa lahat ng forces natin. Diba? So, pwede natin i-write as yung vector FAB plus vector FAC plus vector W or yung weight, i-cross product natin sa RA. Okay? Again, inuna natin yung force times or i-cross product natin dun sa distance. Kasi nga, clockwise positive tayo. Ngayon, pwede nyo i-shortcut to or pwede rin hindi. Hindi ko siya shortcut sa ngayon. So, I have used yung determinacy or matrix in each forces. So, meron akong sa FAB na ganito. So, makuha nyo yung JK nung FAB, then yung pangalawa, nasa baba is again yung sa RA natin. So, inisa-isa ko siya. Again, I will not further discuss or hindi ko na papatagalin yung discussion as I think you should know na kung paano gamitin to. So, next natin si FAC. Ganun din naman, nagkaroon lang ng negative. Tapos si weight. So, si weight is nasa K and 600 nga. 6 nga yung sa RA natin. So, may matrix ka lang in each point, magkakaroon ka ng ganyan. Okay? So, this is for the FAB, FAC, and yung sa weight. Okay, ito yung sa weight. Ngayon, pagsama-samahin nyo lang yung I and yung K. Wala ka namang J eh. Papansin nyo, wala namang J. So, pag pinagsama-sama ko na siya, you have here yung negative 18 over 7 FAB minus negative 18 over 7 FAC plus 450. Yun yung sa I. Sa K natin is 12 over 7 FAB minus 12 over 7 FAC. Yun yung sa K. Dito na papasok yung summation ng moments natin in each axis. Kasi nga, sineparate na natin yung each component eh. Di ba? So, we have firstly is yung summation at x. So, summation moment, clockwise positive summation moment at x is equal to 0. So, dapat, yung lahat ng I natin should be equal to 0. Okay? So, sineparate lang natin siya. And again, dahil dalawa unknown, we will just write this as our equation number 1. Ngayon, dahil walang J, yung summation moment Y mo, dahil walang J, 0 lang yan. Ay, wala siyang effect sa body mo. Pero kasi the condition is still there. Okay? Next, we have yung summation moment at Z or along Z or about Z. Ang meron tayo is yung 12/7 FAB minus 12/7 FAC is equal to 0. This is your equation number 2. And yung equation number 2 natin, anong makuha natin sa kanya? Makuha natin sa kanya is FAB is just equal to FAC. Dahil magnitude lang to eh. Diba? Magnitude na lang to pagdating dito sa part na to. So in this case, FAB will be equal to FAC. So dahil equal na lang siya, you can put it in the MX natin or sa equation number 1 natin dito. So kapag in-input mo na any of the two, in-input mo na yan, may makukuha tayo FAB and FAC na 87.5 pounds. So that is our final answer. Okay, ibig sabihin, yung 87.5, that is the tension na nararamdaman sa cable na to and sa cable na to. Ngayon, if you want, mapapansin nyo, if you want to get yung forces OY, OX, and OZ, makakuha nyo siya. Magsa-summation forces lang kayo. Z, X, and Y. So, kapag ka nag-OZ ka, ang tanging meron lang naman is 75, tsaka yung dalawang tension. Diba? Itong dalawa. And of course, kukunin mo lang yung vertical component. Okay? Yun yung mararamdaman ni OZ. Sa OX naman, if you can see, sa OX naman, wala. Kasi yung FAB and FAC is magkokontrahan. So, ibig sabihin, si OX mo is 0. Si OY naman, si OY, ang meron ka dyan is yung dalawang FAB. Yung Y component ni FAB and FAC. Yun yung kukontrahin ni OY. Nagkataon lang in this particular problem, pinapahanap lang naman yung si tension. If ever hanapin yung sa O, or yung sa ball and socket, that's the process na pwede nyo ituloy. Again, on your own, pwede nyo ituloy yung solution if you want to know kung ano yung nararamdaman na forces sa ball and socket O natin. Okay, so this ends the topic for equilibrium of rigid body, and I hope you have understood yung equilibrium of rigid body. In-introduce lang natin talaga, or pinagsama-sama natin yung topics natin previously. Technically, medyo mas mahaba lang siya kasi puro reaction na yung hinahanap. Not unlike last time na kadalasan is resultant yung hinahanap. Okay? So again, hopefully naintindihan nyo yung topic natin at hand. And if you have any questions, you may freely ask me, Engineer Jimena, or the other instructor, Engineer Fuji. Okay? So thank you for listening, guys.